I'll be explaining to you the output of assignment 2. And assignment 2 is very simple. If you figure out the solution, you will be able to do it. So the main helping thing would be the user signals that I mentioned in my video that I have uploaded in the fall 20 operating system playlist. So you can go and have a look at that video. So this is the output. So here you can see that I just compiled the process called producer, and here in this window you saw that you can see that I am just compiling the consumer process, right? So if I go to the producer process and I run the producer process, this is the output I see. And in the consumer process, if I run the consumer process, you can see this is the output. So the PID, the producer is saying that its PID is 5612, whereas the consumer is saying that its PID is 5613. So what I'm supposed to do at this point is that I need to enter the in the producer process. This is the producer process running. I need to enter the PID of the consumer process, which is 5613. So I'm going to go and enter the consumer's PID, which is 5613, right? So I press enter. So it asks me to enter a command, and in the consumer window, in the consumer process, I need to and by the way, you may have noticed that I'm using two terminal windows to see the output for this assignment. And I'm running and compiling programs in separate windows. They may be located in the same folders, but I am running them from different terminal windows. So if right, so I need to enter the physical PID of producer over here in the consumer process, so which is 5612. So I'm going to enter 5612 here, and I'm going to press enter. So now the producer is also waiting for a command, and the consumer is also waiting for a command. So I didn't read the assignment statement again because I had the problem statement in mind, so I don't remember the exact characters that you need to enter. So please go ahead and go look into the PDF file the exact characters that I need you to enter and the messages that you need to print out as a result. So I just approximated those behaviors. And I so if I want to let the consumer process know that the producer process is in waiting. So the producer process needs to tell the consumer process that it is in right now in a waiting state, or it is busy doing something, right? It is not ready to do the work for consumer. So I am going to enter W, command W, and I press enter. So as I press W, the consumer process has received the message that producer is waiting. And this message was not actually sent by the producer directly. The producer simply sent a user signal to the consumer process, and this message was already written inside the consumer process, and it was this message was triggered by the producer process, not physically sent by the producer process, but this message was already there inside consumer process, and the producer simply triggered this response. Similarly, if I press W again, if I do that and I keep doing that, the consumer is receiving this message that the producer is waiting. But if I send the message of R, the consumer process is printing that the producer is ready to do the job for the consumer. So this is just something I have approximated. You can see, you can go ahead and look into the PDF file of assignment statement. You can see the exact messages and the commands that you need to you enter, or code in this. So and by the way, I can see there is some kind of problem with my code, that enter command is being printed two times. So right now it really doesn't matter, but you should figure out something what's wrong with this. So I didn't really pay much attention to what I was writing. So if I enter now on the consumer, if I enter W, it if I keep doing that, it is sending a message to the producer that the consumer is waiting, right? So again, this message was already there inside the producer, but this message or this behavior is triggered by the command from the consumer, and the consumer is sending a user signal, user defined signal to producer, and the producer is printing this message. Similarly, if I enter command R inside consumer, so the producer is informed that the consumer is ready to do the job for the producer. So this is all I want you to do. This is a really, really simple thing. Actually, the objective of this assignment is gives you an insight about how you may be required to inform different processes about different things of processes, and how the producer versus consumer process, if they are working on a shared data, they may have to send signals for cooperating to work on shared memory segments. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you will be done with the assignment soon.